Are you thinking about moving to the Atlanta area, but you don't actually live here yet? Maybe you're in California, Texas, Florida, or somewhere else entirely, and you're wondering how people buy homes in Atlanta without flying back and forth. So, the good news is that thousands of people relocate to Metro Atlanta every year, and the process is actually much easier than most people think. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 steps of buying a home from out of state and share some things I think every relocation buyer should know. By the way, my name is Melody Kelley, and I help buyers relocate to Atlanta and make the process much smoother as their realtor. You will find a link in my bio or in the description of this video that'll take you directly to Calendly, and there you can simply sign up for a Zoom meeting with me. Step number 1 is decide where you actually want to live. The first thing most people tell me is, I want to move to Atlanta, but the problem is that Atlanta isn't just Atlanta. Metro Atlanta stretches across dozens of cities and counties, and each area feels completely different. For example, if you want a walkable downtown with restaurants, events, nightlife, then you might like Alpharetta or Roswell. If you're looking for newer homes and strong shopping options, you may want to explore Beaufort or Sewanee. If you are focused on value and getting more house for your money, Lawrenceville may be worth considering. If schools are a major priority, that might change the conversation entirely. And if you're working near the airport, then living in Alpharetta probably doesn't make sense because you're going to spend half of your life in traffic. Before you start looking at homes, you really want to think about where you are going to work, how much commuting you are willing to do, your budget, school preferences, or whether you want new construction or resale. What kind of lifestyle are you looking for? Those kind of things. One of the biggest mistakes that relocation buyers make is choosing a house before they are choosing the right area. Step number 2, get pre-approved before you shop. Once you've narrowed down where you want to live, the next step is getting pre-approved. That is where you're going to find out how much you qualify for and what your estimated monthly payment will be, what loan programs are available, those kind of things. I can recommend lenders. Of course, you are always able to choose who you want to work with. The lenders that I recommend are people that will actually pick up the phone on the weekend. That's literally how I chose the lenders that I work with. As a home buyer, I cannot tell you a more stressful time. And if I am, emailing my realtor on a Thursday and I have a list of questions and they go, well, it's Thursday, we won't hear back from the lender until Monday. That's like, now I'm sitting there for the entire weekend wondering about all of these next steps or wondering about whatever it is, and I won't get answers if I'm lucky until Monday. A lot of times it was on Tuesday that I would get my answers. So that's, for me, that was something that was important. Whether it is VA, FHA, or another loan, it's important to get pre-approved. A lot of people start looking online before doing this, and then they fall in love with the house. They find out the payment is much higher than expected. And so getting pre-approved helps you focus on homes that will actually fit your budget and your lifestyle. And honestly, it makes the whole process less stressful. Step number 3, tour homes virtually. This is where technology has completely changed relocation. Most of my relocation clients, they're not flying to Georgia every weekend to look at homes. Instead, we use video walkthroughs, FaceTime, neighborhood videos, photos, and just video. Sometimes buyers do not even visit the property until they are under contract. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to skip due diligence. It simply means we're using technology to make the process easier. And one thing that I always encourage relocation buyers to do is to spend as much time learning about the neighborhood as they do about their own, or soon to be their own, home. it matters just as much. So use Google Maps and then do a walkthrough of the neighborhood. Ask yourself, do I like what I see? Is there a walking path? Is there a bike path? Is there a playground nearby? What kind of cars are parked here? And would I feel safe while walking or driving through this neighborhood? Legally, I cannot tell you those kind of things, so I'm not going to. So it is your job to do due diligence on the neighborhood as well. Step number 4, complete due diligence. Once you're under contract, the real work begins. This is where buyers need the most guidance, and please stop, especially when they're hundreds or thousands of miles away. You have to have patience. Like, I totally get it. I was completely, as a buyer, frustrated with the lack of communication, and it can totally feel overwhelming. So that's the part where you're going to have to trust me to communicate with you, because that is what I do. I'm really big on communication, and you have to trust the process. So during the due diligence, you will typically schedule inspections, review disclosures. You're going to review HOA documents, negotiate repairs if that's needed, and finalize financing. There's the appraisal, and you're going to coordinate timelines. The goal here is to make sure there are no major surprises before closing. Just because the house looks beautiful online doesn't mean that everything is perfect behind the walls. This step protects you. Step number 5 is close and move. A lot of people are surprised by how much can be done remotely today. Many buyers can sign documents electronically, they can wire funds securely, and coordinate a mover and set up utilities. They are able to handle most of the process from another state. And then before they know it, ta-da, they are getting the keys to their new Atlanta area home. And honestly, that's the fun part. Moving to Atlanta can feel overwhelming at first, especially if you are relocating from another state. But if you take it one step at a time and you work with the right team, the process is usually much smoother than people expect. Whether you are considering Alpharetta, Beaufort, Sewanee, Roswell, Lawrenceville, Monroe, um, Peachtree City, understanding those 5 steps can help you make the entire process a lot less stressful. So if you are ready to move to the Atlanta area, feel free to simply go into the link in the description of this video. And there it's a sign up for Kelley, which will let you book a Zoom meeting with me. And we can start the process on you moving to Atlanta.